Do you know the story of the Lake Baikal humanoids, when Russian Navy divers encountered aquatic aliens?
Section 51.
Hi everyone, what's up guys? I am DosGeek, back here with you and Section 51 in a new video. Thank you again for your support to the channel. First, you can like and share the video and of course hit that bell button. Watch it until the end. I think you're gonna enjoy the moment we are gonna spend together. Then, if you are ready, we can start. Located in southeastern Siberia, towards Mongolia's border, sits the planet's oldest and deepest lake. Nearly 1/4 of Earth's fresh water is contained here. Astonishing depths of over 5,000 feet have been measured in certain areas. A myriad of unique plant and animal species inhabit the frigid territory, many of which exist nowhere else in the world. Scientists estimate this massive basin formed as an ancient rift valley more than 25 million years ago. For centuries, Lake Baikal has been home to a plethora of unexplained phenomena. Locals used to claim that peculiar UFO encounters frequently occur within this remote region of Russia. Some theorize an extraterrestrial base is lurking somewhere in this rather inhospitable landscape. One of the most bizarre reports allegedly occurred in 1982 during a routine Soviet military training dive. This amazing report was drawn from a series of recently released declassified files by Russian authorities. While navigating the foreboding aquatic realm, Russian Navy personnel noticed anomalous figures swimming nearby. Perplexed, they watched with surprise as several curious creatures approached them. Despite being stationed at a depth of over 164 feet, these humanoids wore no modern equipment. Each donned tight-fitting metallic suits complete with a helmet-like apparatus completely covering their heads. Upon closer inspection, troopers noticed the aliens were nearly 10 feet tall, around 3 meters. However, the colossal loch dwellers soon disappeared back into the murky abyss. Following this amazing event, the intrigued commander ordered his recruits to capture a subaqueous alien. 7 scuba divers entered the glacial lake and began their harrowing descent. Soon after navigating an elevator of declining temperatures, multiple entities emerged. One frogman attempted to catch the unearthly specimen in a large net. At that moment, all hell broke loose for the unsuspecting flotilla group. Suddenly, the non-humans fought back by shooting intense sonar waves. A powerful force rendered every crew member unconscious and rapidly propelled them to the surface. Catapulting upwards from extreme depths can have devastating effects on our bodies, resulting in a condition often called the bends. 3 of the squadron were seriously injured but did not succumb to this affliction. The remaining fellows needed immediate transfer to a decompression chamber. Unfortunately, there was only one decompression chamber in the region and it was designed for merely 2 people at a time. Out of sheer desperation, 4 men entered simultaneously in an attempt to save their lives. Tragically, this last-ditch effort did not go as planned. 3 individuals perished as a result of their superiors' hasty decision. Those who survived the terrifying ordeal would be left with life-altering disabilities. Following this harrowing catastrophe, KGB agents seized further attempts of USO or unidentified submerged object acquisition. For decades, the horrifying events which transpired remained hidden by high-ranking authorities, and Vladimir Azaza, former Soviet naval officer and esteemed ufologist, declared Russian government executives recently released declassified files. In these documents, the Baikal aquanauts are described in great detail. Unsurprisingly, Navy commanders had been extensively monitoring numerous underwater vehicles navigating the lake. Such technological capabilities greatly intrigued them. If engineers could replicate the vessel's inconceivable speeds, unprecedented militaristic advantages would be gained. Throughout the eras, Baikal has been no stranger to mysterious UFO activities. During the late 1950s, a Tu-104 jet crashed into the lake after it was pursued by an unknown metallic vehicle. The frantic pilot radioed a distraught message to air traffic controllers informing them of this alleged attack. According to some leaked information, all staff on duty at the time were forced to sign non-disclosure agreements. Numerous community fishermen attested to viewing the frightening aerial attack. Some witnesses described how a silver flying saucer chased the plane until it plummeted into the water and disappeared from their sight. Despite considerable testimonies, no conclusive evidence or official records of this event have ever surfaced. In April of 2009, the enigmatic Siberian sector made global headlines yet again. Astronauts aboard an international space station photographed two circular convection breaks thought to be produced by enormous aquatic crafts. One was located near the lake's center, while the other was positioned towards Baikal's southern end. Both appeared to be created by something ascending beneath the thick ice-laden outer layer. The pair of disc-shaped cracks were perfectly symmetrical and astonishingly measure 3 miles in diameter. These immense fractures were so precise, making them impossible to manufacture or replicate. Certain researchers believe the NASA-produced images are evidence of spaceships emerging from the dark waters below. Just a few years ago, Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev made a shocking announcement at the World Economic Forum. In his public statement, he lamented how the time has come for the world to know the truth about extraterrestrial visitors. In fact, Mr. Medvedev believes aliens are already living among us and have been doing so for quite a while. Moreover, the political leader warned if United States officials refuse to come forward with this monumental information, Russian representatives will do so themselves.
Знаете абсолютно все. Ну вот, например, прилетали на Землю инопланетяне, эти самые зеленые человечки.
Марьяна, значит, рассказываю вам первый и последний раз. Вместе с передачей чемодана с ядерными кодами президенту страны приносят специальную папку. На ней написано «Совершенно секретно». И она целиком и полностью посвящена пришельцам, которые посетили нашу планету. Одновременно предоставляется доклад абсолютно закрытой спецслужбы, которая занимается контролем пришельцев на территории нашей страны. Значит, две эти папки передаются вместе с ядерным чемоданом. После прекращения полномочий, соответственно, эти папки передаются новому президенту. Более подробную информацию на эту тему вы можете получить, посмотрев известный хроникально-документальный фильм «Люди в черном». Вышло несколько версий.
Сколько их среди нас?
Сколько их среди нас, рассказывать не буду, потому что это может вызвать панику.
Is all this true? Can we believe that the Russian authorities have begun to disclose such reports to the public? If all this is true, it could be mind-blowing documents. After all, it is quite plausible because UFO encounters are not limited to the borders of countries. The USA don't have the monopoly of UFO sightings and UFO encounters, and I'm sure that we will discover still plenty of strange phenomena around the world in the coming months. Because there is a sort of general sensitivity, a kind of collective consciousness, which is now growing everywhere about UFOs. So, given recent ufology-related announcements and unveiled files, it is entirely plausible that the Kremlin is gearing up for full disclosure before USA. Perhaps this form of competition between countries in the big disclosure will be profitable to us, and maybe sooner than we may think, the astounding truth of interplanetary beings will finally be acknowledged by those who have known all along, we the people. I hope you enjoyed this video. While waiting for the next video, you can find us on social networks, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Please like, share, subscribe, support Section 51. Show us your support with your own Section 51 t-shirt. I'll be back really soon. Open your eyes, watch the sky, live long and prosper.